Wednesday, February 12th, market analysis. Stan Ehrlich. Good morning. A little late today, 10:13 California time. So, I start out with the stock market indexes and then go to futures and other topics occasionally. Now, this should be a fairly short, YouTube today. I'm I'm relatively impressed so far with the way that the stock market indexes have held on sharp breaks. Even the one on February 3rd, which managed on the E-mini to make a minor new low, it came back very nicely, and it's still up near the rally highs since then. Now, if we get an upside breakout, meaning start closing above 626, let's say, at least, and probably above 651, and finally 660, 61, 66, and 6183-ish ultimate series of resistance levels, but it could go bang, 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 right, all in one single huge rally, and that would be very bullish. So I still expect markets to drop down. I'm still looking for the lows of the last week and a half to get broken. I'm still looking for more weakness, and I still think this could be and looks like still a double top. Downside breakout would be 58.10, give or take a little, and then the objective should be 54.50-ish. Spider, or here's the 1-minute chart on the E-mini, doing pretty good. Most of this, what was it, PPI or CPI index came out this morning and wasn't good. But again, it's recovered a heck of a lot of it. But no new high, up against a little resistance in the last couple of days. We'll see what happens. Looking for lower prices from here. I'm not expecting an outside up day, I'll tell you that. SPY, same story, nothing really different here. It's just right up against these highs. We've closed around these prices for now today. Let's say if it stays here. 1, 2, a little lower, a little higher, 3, 4, 5, and then dip down to a 6 and a 7, a little bit higher, 8, 9. Quite a few times in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, resistance, but it can be overcome. Will it? Just not very sure at the moment. Watch very carefully what happens next with these indexes. All right. Still high and last on this little move up. QQQ, actually higher on the day. If it has an outside up day, that means getting above yesterday's high and staying above the close of yesterday on today's close. Then you'd have a bullish engulfing, and I'd have to say that would be friendly normally. So we could developing something here. My bearish commentary still basically stands overall, but as you can see, I'm on the verge of having to change my opinion if this thing starts hopping in a new high ground and stays there. Here's the QQQ 1 minute. The NASDAQ, a little bit higher in the day at the moment. Same basic story. Other formations still apply. They haven't changed for a few weeks, but we've been up a little bit too much. We've been staying up here a little too long for my liking for this particular head and shoulder. And the 1 minute chart, right back to where it's petered out before lately. And the YM, Dow Jones, a little weaker at the moment, but the high today has already done what the other indexes are doing at the moment. Test the highs of yesterday coming close around unchanged. So this did it and started to pull back a little. And here's your break to the downside and only a modest retracement halfway. Others are way up in here. Outside down day in the Russell index. Implication, of course, a little bit bearish. It is not one of my great green or red bullish or bearish signals. There's green on the bottom. Didn't get that one to work very well. That one, green one, worked very well. Haven't had too many signals here. So bearish engulfing probably will push it below today's low back into the red zone, and we'll see how it handles the support once it gets down there. So I'm more confident about this going down more. I have been mentioning lower for a week or so as it tested resistance levels real nicely and failed to break out. Next, not much of a retracement. Next, bonds. Well, I did not really want that bearish engulfing on February 7th, so far the high of this rally, to work. I thought the market was not going to drop off as much as it did, and maybe, hopefully, not take me out of my long position. We had bought the exact low on the opening price on January 15th at 110.30 because it opened below our bid for an ER3 scalp and an ER3 overnight. The overnight trade has been this green line, dotted line, and that's going to go bye after today. Now, what about the head and shoulder bottom? Well, I'll be damned. Today's big downside break, which now provides a profit of a nice amount for my new short on February 7th, that profit potential should get locked in even a greater amount shortly, probably as the market closes. Now, anyway, the low is right on the line. That's okay. Now, we did have a couple of tests of the neckline a few days ago, which is normal. New highs, great. But the bearish engulfing has proven my ER sell signal, it's red, to be damn good. And where are we? Formation is going to work. Everything's going to come back up, get stopped out of my short with some sort of profit. Well, maybe. I can't be sure at this moment. But prices are bouncing right off where they should. Now, unfortunately, the 10-year notes, it messed around too much at the neckline. It just simply ruined the head and shoulder bottom. It's way below its hypothetical neckline that I had on the charts until yesterday. So they're gone. What do we got? Getting close to oversold in a support area, a little tiny bit lower, might get oversold. Then I'd love it to happen in the yellow zone. And then we probably pop back up. We could also test these lows we made before around 107. Next, crude. Well, 2-day rally, admit it wasn't much. Pretty big down day. Wiped out yesterday's gain and a half of the previous big up day. I'm not sure here. I'm going to have to wait. Slightly favorite to turn back up again because of the oversold condition, and a little retracement basically could be finishing and then up again. That's my opinion. It's not a very strong one, though. Not super sure. Next, heating oil. And then when you are super sure, you're always wrong. So don't go that way. Heating oil. I think it could rally some more. It might test a little support and pop up again. Next, natural gas. Getting, well, not all that overbought. Nah, not really. It could keep marching its way higher here for a bit and test these highs. Next, gold has finally had a down day earlier today, but look, we're down very little at the moment. We're almost up to unchanged. Yesterday it went down very tiny bit, close to close. So we're right back up to the close essentially of Monday, which was an upside breakout. We've had a little dip down. Today's low is no big deal. This does not want to stop. It could make new highs easily again. My minimum upside objective is 29.87. I've been saying for weeks now, was almost reached yesterday. And that's because the back of the pennant formation was yay big. Stop that. Move this. Good. I got it. Okay. So you take the top of the pennant at the backside, and the line extended to the left goes to that point. So there's your depth of the pennant formation, and the upside objective is measured just the way I'm doing it right now from the breakout level up the same amount. And there you go. 310. So got very close. Next, silver. Higher like gold. The resistance level has stopped it once, twice, a few times lately. It's back into it again. More time is passing. There's no lower low. We've had a recent higher high. It did stall out in resistance. It could do it again. I'm watching for that, but I expected this dip to come down more than it did. Next, platinum. Very strong up day, short-term new highs. The sell signals that we had did not work. If they did, it wasn't very profitable, but probably modest to small losses, including the second sell signal just a few days ago, Friday of last week. So that's disappointing. That one worked like crazy, and that one worked spectacularly also. But Next, high-grade copper. Higher high today. Overbought conditions. Current quote is higher on the day. So we haven't had a lower low today than yesterday's low. So no outside trading range or engulfing. And even if we did, we do have a bullish engulfing, but we don't. Overbought might be stalling this rally, and we're going to see more of a correction. And next would be soybeans. Okay, I thought this could happen. Didn't necessarily want it to happen. But now the next stopping point is 10.18 on a little bit more of a dip. Then I can justify, and I think it's going to be the lowest level, 10.05. I would really not want to see it drop all the way down to 977, 975 area. If we could do that, then the longer term picture could be changing to neutral to bearish instead of possible longer term bottom. We never broke out to the upside. We came within 2 cents of having a new high for months. Above, of course, the previous important high, September 30th. So let's see how much of a dip we get. Soybean oil slipping off some sideways range. No breakouts. Soybean meal testing the support already. Maybe a new low close today, coming pretty close to it. Maybe it'll still drop into new lows lower than the last one, which was on January 16th at pretty close to the bottom of the support area, which could be tested. And then what do we got? Only the lowest low made in December as the last vestige of support. So better turn up pretty quickly. Next, resistance level stopped the corn rally. And after it got to its minimum upside objective of 495-ish, and that was a couple of weeks ago. So it hasn't gone up much more. Resistance has stopped at basically 3 occasions, basically. And a minor new low today, but it's all popping back again very nicely so far. I'm waiting. Basically, I got to be bullish because of the trend, and it's nowhere near overbought. So wouldn't be surprised if it started to plow at a new high ground, but I'm not sure. Wheat. Yesterday, wheat had an outside down day, bearish engulfing ER sell signal officially. That's why it's turned red. Now, today we managed to rally well above the approximate middle of the range of yesterday's range, so we did go short in ER3. I'll put that strategy on the chart for you tomorrow. And we're filled at approximately, I'm going to call it 580, give or take a little. Maybe a little bit higher than that, somewhere between 580 and 583. So that's good. Currently a lot lower than that at 75, 575. And we made a low lower than yesterday's low. And it looks like we're going to close below yesterday's low. All of that's good stuff. I think it's going to drop off again for a couple of days and make some money. Remember, we're short ER3 overnight and the ER3 scalp probably also. I'm not sure about the scalp. I know we got into the trade, but I don't know if we got bumped out yet. You got to look at a 1 minute chart for that stuff. Now, the signal yesterday, so, but working very well. Nice. Almost a new low again in soya cattle. Probable new low close. Not too much. Nowhere near oversold. So I'm not worried about it turning up yet. I think it's going to dribble on down some more, probably to the support area here at 192-ish. Chance of a minor low here at 194 and a couple ticks. Next, hogs. Wow. Okay. Upside exhaustion gap possibility. We're close to overbought. I'd love to be able to be overbought the same time that you do that, gap up like this in an uptrend, and I'd be a lot more convinced it's likelier to be a upside exhaustion gap. I'm just kind of missing my extreme overbought situation. But we're also very close to important previous rally highs. I think I'm going to do this real quick. So probably that's where it should start and end. Wow, well, we could have, no, let's go up a little bit more. Somewhere right in this ballpark. Should be the anchor point for the bottoms. That's the rally high there. That's a close. That's basically a close. That's open. There's a couple of highs, lows, opens in this trend. Okay, we tested the resistance, so it came super close to it on a gap. Not overbought. That's the only thing I'm missing. I think it's about to top out. Next, XYZ is dropping back to test that support level. But here we are, oversold today in support and coming down to the edge of the support, which is a bit more important than just a basic area. And I think it's about to turn back up. Okay, next. We're back to the E-mini. Let's take a look at what it's doing for the last few minutes. Dropping off slightly. My lecture started right around here, 10:10. So it's made slightly new lows since then. You guys have a great day and profitable trading to you.